This stream contains fast-flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy and other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised. Playoffs are 8 days away, and two teams are fighting to secure the last spot. We're ending the week with a damn good match. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to VCT Americas, coming at you live from the Riot Games Arena. We're at Los Angeles, California. That's right, people. I'm going west, baby. You got me. You have Andrew over there. También. Hello, guys. How you feeling? You good? You excited? Last day?
This is going to be crazy.
I mean, this match is
crazy.
Insane. It's so perfect that we have one slot left and the perfect game to decide it.
Yeah.
It's so simple. You win, you're in playoffs.
Yeah, that's it. Plain and simple. But let's go ahead and talk about yesterday's matchup first and foremost, because it was the battle, of Brazil. You had MIBR versus Furia. Now, look, we're going to address it and be very upfront about this. Both teams out of the playoffs, not really much for them to play for outside of the win, and Furia wanted that win.
Look, Golden Boy, it was a nice little appetizer for the main event. Furia come out and get the win, but Game 2 was one of the craziest games of Valorant I have ever seen. This round is absurd. How does some kill 3 people here just doesn't make any sense.
And then they lose the series despite that. Up 12-5 on Sunset, and Cloud9 come back. It didn't feel real.
It was a fever dream. I mean, especially for the players. I'm sure they cannot believe it. But I mean, finally Oxy popped off again.
Yeah, finally someone carried Oxy.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God.
First time ever.
About dang time. Well, folks, what that means is we got Cloud9 and crew locked in. Let's take a look at the standings, shall we? And where we are right now in the competition. So we have, as Mimi said, one spot left for grabs. NRG eliminated. Furia eliminated. Loud eliminated. MIBR also eliminated. The last 2 spots up for grabs. 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. That is going to be the match. It's like you would think that we rig this to work out this way, but we promise we didn't, because
don't give them any ideas, GB.
We all thought we were interviewing Ethan after that day yesterday. So goes to show you, in Valorant, anything is truly possible. But like we said, big matchups coming up. Evil Geniuses, 100 Thieves, and what's up for grabs? One final playoff spot. And both of these teams, and we'll dive a little bit more into it, but both of these teams have had ups and downs this stage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, most notably, 100 Thieves came into this stage of Stage 2 after Shanghai looking abysmal.
Yeah.
They looked disastrous, but they brought it back, and they're coming into this with a win, whereas EG, they lost their last one, right?
Yeah, and after winning Stage 2, being possibly a series away from elimination here is absolutely, or Stage 1 that is, it would be insane for 100 Thieves. They could still technically make it off championship points, but that's requiring other teams to go on runs and them just watching and hoping, which would really be far below expectations for this 100 Thieves squad that has been so good all year.
Yeah, no one wants to be in that position. And of course, in order to get to that place, they have to go up against an Evil Geniuses, who I think came into Stage 2 with a lot of new ideas. We're looking pretty hot. Lost to a very dominant Leviathan, but EG are no slouches. I think they're going to be able to brush that one off.
Yeah, this is certainly going to be an exciting matchup here. But today we've got an EG reunion, because we got Jogmo and Coach Potter going up against Busio and Coach Zix. And a year ago, these guys were fighting to make it to champs, and then they won the whole dang thing. But this time around, situation's a little different.
Yeah, difference was they were fighting together to make champs and then to win it. And now they're just fighting for half the team to be there.
And yeah, that's insane that we have a world where only 2 of these players could end up making champions. There's still a chance that none of the reigning champions could make it, but that adds that little extra bit to this game. When you're playing up against your former teammates, that adds a little extra to prove.
I can't believe that was a year ago. It feels like yesterday, but it also feels like forever ago. Does that make any sense?
It wasn't a year ago yet.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. How dare you?
How many days was it? Quick.
Say, quick, yeah, math.
Like 275.
Damn.
Do we have a buzzer for that?
Fact check that.
Was that scientific?
No.
No scientific method implemented whatsoever. All right, well, last week, Evil Geniuses took some chances, and in their 4th game, they managed to, their 4-game win streak managed to come to an end. But it seems like, they were a little overcooked on this one. We did talk a bit about, what went wrong, but they also ran into a brick wall in Leviathan, who have looked exceptional this stage.
Yeah, this reminded me a lot of watching EG when they were on the come up last year, where they have these really good ideas, they're leading the meta, but in these matches that matter against some of the top squads, we're seeing things like the fundamentals slip away a little bit. I think there was so many moments where Leviathan got away with massive multi-kill rounds and things like that, where they had no business being able to.
I 100% agree, and I think like one thing I was looking at was the agent swap for Jaw, right? He'd been playing the ISO on the map. He switches over to the Sage, and on their attacking side, he was going for so many of these crazy boosts when they were hitting into the A side, like going all the way up into the sky. Don't get me wrong, he was looking great. He got an ace, but I do think that if they had controlled their post plants more and actually played around the Sage wall, they would not have been beaten as badly as Lev did on their retakes.
Yeah, the gimmicky stuff, it will win you a couple games here and there, right? But when you're going against a team like Lev who are dialed in on everything and their fundamentals have been a big focus for them, it's hard to make wins like that with gimmicky stuff. So yeah, playing a little bit more standard and fundamental on that Sage is great, but Jogamo, he's always going to be a star going for the star plays.
Absolutely.
Right?
I do think, though, they wouldn't even need to change this comp to play a little bit more reasonably. The stuff you're
just put the walls on the ground.
Instead of flying up in the air,
that's it.
We block off to get the
Guys, I have a solution.
We're
2
using our
Sage walls.
slow orbs for the executes.
2 Sage walls.
Or just use it for
Don't think
better.
you can do that.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's what I want.
I hope this is not a buff that's going to be happening. two Sage walls.
Just put it out there in the world.
That sounds terrible.
But seriously, I think to put it in context, however, this was a Leviathan who was in rare form, whose fundamentals were way back there. Individuals were on point. It was a great match for them. Obviously, EG are going to need to bounce back, but I don't think this is like super doom and gloom coming off that game. I think there is a lot to learn, though.
Oh, yeah. And there's also a lot to be excited about regardless. You were talking about individuals. One of them in particular, Derek, has certainly been a standout player for this team all throughout the year. You know, you certainly weren't sure what he was going to be bringing to the table going to this EG roster for 2024. But so far, I mean, baby, he has been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, everybody wrote him off from last year with his performance on 100 Thieves, and it just goes to show that sometimes you're just not the right fit for a squad. But on this specific squad, with brothers, with his Vietnam, you know, friends on the squad, they're really able to band together, and they've showed up really great.
Yeah, he's been excellent, especially map 2 of this series on Sunset. I think his clutches in that late round were what kept this to a close game.
I don't think EG had any business making this map close, and it was just his heroics that actually kept them in it.
Yeah, impressive stuff there without a doubt from Derek.
And what's even more kind of motivation for him today is it's not just the former EG players up against each other. This is Derek's former team who let him go heading into this season, and he's got a real shot at redemption.
Storylines. Look at us.
There's so much beef in this match. It's ridiculous. Derek with 100 Thieves. You got Boostio playing against Potter. It's just crazy.
You've got assistant coach versus head coach from last year with Zix on 100 Thieves.
It's ridiculous.
Storylines. See, look at that. All right, we're cooking over
here, baby. We're cooking. All right, well, let's go ahead and hear from Derek, who had a quick chat with Van Silly ahead of today's matchup.
So, Derek, when you debuted your game with EG, you had a funny little classic that had a 100 Thieves skin with a snake buddy on there. So, what would it mean for you today if you actually beat 100 Thieves in this best of 3?
If I win, I think it solidifies that I wasn't the problem. And even if I lose, I still don't think I was the problem.
All right, well, at least I know that you weren't the problem even last week because you played super well against Leviathan. Unfortunately, it was still a team loss. So what did you learn from that game that you want to make sure that you don't repeat it against 100 Thieves today?
Yeah, I think it came down to another slow start and Aspas doing Icebox Aspas things. So working on their slow starts and winning some pistols.
So shut him down. All right, man, good luck.
Now, on the other side of the stage, 100 Thieves have lost their first 2 matches of Stage 2, of course, jeopardizing their playoff chances. But last week, they got a massive win that they needed over MIBR, because if they had lost that one, oh boy, that would have been really bad, Ender.
And I think it was important that it wasn't just winning this game, it was winning as decisively as they did. Because to me, like, yeah, you're not going to be amazed that they're back all of a sudden by beating MIBR. But what I saw from this team was a clear shift. They were playing poorly in the first few weeks. They were not playing together, but their fundamentals and coordination was excellent in this series.
I think especially on Icebox, when you saw them going for the retakes together, they were taking the time to set up these double swings, to play off each other really well. It was the same on Split. Bang was so good, especially anchoring in mid and playing off his teammates and the utility. It was 100 Thieves who looked back to the form that they had when they were winning in Stage 1.
Yeah, exactly. Not only playing as a team, but also the individual stepping up as well, because this is a team that does way better when the individuals are popping off. And for some reason, it's like in sync. If they're popping off, their team cohesion is at a max. If their team cohesion is at a max, they're individually popping off. But if they don't have one or the other, it just crumbles for them.
But it is against an MIBR who is the worst team in the league. And
it doesn't matter to me. Like, literally, like, just going back and watching how they were always having 2-3 people trained on, like, the same zones in their defensive holds. Like, no matter who they were playing against, they were carving that
My
day.
worry, though, is we did see some of those fundamentals slip when they were playing better teams throughout the season thus far. I think if they play like they did against MIBR, though, they're looking good.
I think what makes this matchup so exciting is that not only in the record, but you also have two teams that, you know, have very similar win conditions, very similar lose conditions. Like, it's going to be a great matchup across the board. I'm excited. But before we do that, though, before we jump into the game, let's go ahead and hear from a player from 100 Thieves. We got EU standing by with Van Silly.
So EU, after the victory you had last week against MIBR, you posted a screenshot where you weren't really on our power rankings of the top 5 initiators. So I'm going to give you the floor for you to gas yourself up a bit. Why? What makes you one of the best initiators that we currently have here in the Americas?
I mean, we won stage 1, but I'm not the type of guy to gas myself up. You know, I just play. So we're going to go to this EG game and, you know, we'll see who the better initiator is.
Speaking of that EG game, because again, against MIBR, it's your first victory you had in stage 2. You guys look awesome, like the stage 1 champions. But EG is also a very tough opponent, and this is a do or die for a playoff spot. So how do you feel you fare today? Like, what's the situation like for the team going into this matchup today?
I mean, we're going to bring everything we have. We've been working hard the last few weeks, so we're going to do everything that we can do to win this game. This is for playoffs, this is for champs, so we're not going to let it go down easy.
Well, we hope to see you on the stage today. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Oh boy, now here's the thing. EU, last time he was on that stage, popped off. The kid put up insane numbers. He was a big part of the reason why they won. I think he had like over, I think one game was like 26 frags and like the nearest one was like 15 or something. It was cryo. So he definitely had a great game and a great showing, and he's going to need to replicate that.
And the thing is with EU is that he does it in like a sneaky way. Like, well, he'll just slowly creep up, and all of a sudden he's got 20 kills, and you're like, wait, where did he get these 20 kills? He does have some flashy moments where he'll get like a multi-kill here and there, but it's the consistency across the board for him all year long that's been impressive.
Yeah, this player, I think, when you think of 100 Thieves, you think of them playing the like double scout, Sova, fade stuff in with the Gecko that they were defining in stage 1.
His bread and butter.
And that was all because of this guy joining the team. I think him being such a strong scout initiator player is what let them kind of define their own style throughout this year. He is just so perfectly timed with every piece of utility he is using. And that's beyond just the individual performance we're talking about.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right, because he's been playing those agents for literally forever, and I think it speaks a lot to the team as well, that they want to play a lot of these comps that put him in that very comfortable role for him, where he's obviously going to be frying. Like, how many teams are playing the fade on split, for example, right? You got some people in EMEA, we'll give him some credit, but like, this guy was a trailblazer with that pick.
And how many teams are adjusting their comps for an initiator player to get onto those roles? That's pretty rare, and I think that speaks volumes to how important EU is.
Yeah, and you have so many tools on this team, but you also have a great IGL and Busio, right? World champion guy, has done a lot in his career. And up until this point now, you know, Busio's always been, you know, a bit of a motor mouth, always, you know, talking his trash, but he's usually backed it up. These last few weeks have been a bit of a, you know, he had to retire, come back out of retirement. But Busio, I think, is coming into this matchup with a lot to prove here, especially as he's out on his own.
Oh my God, like his breach in this game was absolutely unreal. I feel like he's shooting in a way, ever since he started flipping this damn water bottle, like his micro has been otherworldly.
Wow.
Dude, look at him just glaring at Brent. He's back. He's back.
I mean, that's the look that Brent deserves, so it's
Oh, come on.
I don't have to say that. That's me.
I like you, Brent.
For Busio, this is kind of him outside the nest now, playing against the coach who he was with for all of last year, against teammates who he won champions with. And I think this really is a chance for him to prove that in this new system, out on his own, he is an IGL who can be the best in the region.
Was stage 1 not enough for him?
I mean, no. I think he wants more. I think he wants to go back. I feel like you win champions and you don't make it the year after that. That's a huge disappointment.
Especially after winning stage 1. That's even more like a dirt in the wound right there. It's like, okay, we got third. What, they got fourth? They got fourth in Shanghai, and all of a sudden they're in like contention of not making it to the playoffs. It comes down to one game. That's ridiculous.
I think it was fifth, sixth.
Fifth, whatever. They did well.
They did solid, yeah.
And let's not forget, too, you got Coach Zix there as well, who wants to try and have an opportunity to prove himself against, you know, the person who was a head coach of his team when he was a part of NEG last year. So there's a lot of, like, really cool narratives and clashes that are going to start to formulate here between these two teams. Now, here's the thing, all right? I like to learn, though. Right, I like to be consumed with education.
Okay.
And thankfully, I got a guy here who knows how to do just that. Ender, I know you got a telestrator, right? You want to do it?
Let's go.
Let us know. Look at him go. Look at him go.
All right, I gotta have to grab a pen here first. It's hidden back here.
What you got for us?
That. Honestly, I want to talk to you about 100 Thieves team coordination versus MIBR. This team is not missing a beat, and it starts here in the 4th round of Icebox. First things first, Boostio's gonna get a kill, and he gets traded out. Whoop-de-doo, that's fine. But then I want to show you how 100 Thieves play this round, because right now they've got 2 players up here on Rafter. They're in a high-low setup right now, but Cryo is rotating over. So they abandon this setup to actually get into better positions where they can control the 2 main areas you can get into the site. So from this setup right now, 100 Thieves, even though they only have 3 people on this site, you'd think they'd only be able to have like 1 eye on the right, 2 eyes on the left. No, right now, EU on the Sova is holding the left side, Cryo on the Jet is holding the right side, and the Gecko can rotate to either angle, and both of these 2 players too can pop over and help out on the other side. So they actually have 2 different 3-way crossfires in the only 2 entrances into that site. It is really, really nice from 100 Thieves. Now, MIBR in this round, they sort of slow down and back up out of this, so 100 Thieves don't end up staying in that space, but I think it's a very good move from them. 100 Thieves basically, once they call Cryo to be checking out into mid, worried about some kind of a lurk, they retreat back into that high-low setup that we saw from them again, and knowing the timer is very low into the round, they wide swing out here on the high-low, catch a kill, get a pick. It's beautiful, destroying MIBR in that zone right on the other side of their Viper wall. But we've got more clips right here, because in this round, right, MIBR, they start off strong over towards B main. You'd think 100 Thieves, surely they're not going to be able to set up a stack for MIBR on the other side of the map, and yet they do. This position from Austin and EU, while they're both holding again their own individual lines, just a little side shift to the left or the right, and they're going to be able to fight off of one another. And at the same time, Cryo comes rotating all the way in, so that again, once these players come into the zone, right in the middle here, into the crossfire of those 2 players, Cryo's on the wide swing to give them another angle to worry about and win yet another round. But it doesn't stop there. It's not just crossfires and holding lines for 100 Thieves, because in a round like this, they show great awareness. First of all, check this out. EU holding for that guy, knocks him down. But then, as soon as Cryo dies in this round, instead of being in this crossfire setup, right, they were just there playing behind the wall. As soon as Cryo dies, they go on the offensive with 2 players. They send that Gecko flash straight through the wall right here. Boom, hits 3 players. No one's ready for it. MIBR can't get through this zone. This is a death trap where they're dashing away, they're trying to run into their own smokes, get past them. It's just not going to happen, because 100 Thieves lock down that area of the map. You can't plant on the A site versus 100 Thieves because they are so well coordinated. Honestly, this map was a beauty, both in their defensive side and also their post plants on the attack, and I think they're looking really, really strong heading forward here. But we're gonna go back to GB to, you know, finish up this pre-match.
Excellent breakdown there, Ender. And yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you, right? 100 Thieves, when they lock down those sites and they do it the way that they've been doing it, it is very tough to break through those defenses.
Yeah, it's all about the fundamentals for these guys. It's what was lacking in their matches they lost at the beginning of stage 2, but it's clear that the work is paid off in that MIBR game, and they have to keep that through into this match today.
And that's the big question, right? Can they manage that to maintain that form, you know? It's going to be fascinating to see it all unfold, but for now, though, we have a very special guest that's actually going to be joining us here for today's matchup virtually. It's EG's world champion streamer. It's the man himself, Shanks.
Thank you guys for having me. How are you guys all doing today?
Oh, dude, it's great to see you here, man. You look great. You look, I like the outfit.
Nice to watch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Well, pleasure to have you here. How's everything been? How's the streamer life? How are you doing, buddy?
The stream's been great. We're ready for this EG win today, everyone. Straight to playoffs we go.
Yeah, you see a 2-0 EG win predicting?
Yes, sir.
So,
2-0.
can I ask you a question? Is that your new mouse? Is that what you're rocking nowadays? Like, you just...
Oh, right now I'm actually in a new setup in Los Angeles right now.
Wait,
You guys didn't know.
You're in a new...
Is that a folding table?
Wait, do you guys mind if I just come up on the desk right now?
Wait, how?
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Sure.
What the? He's been in the studio the whole time? Oh my goodness. Shanks is in the impact zone. Unbelievable. Okay. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, excellent. Now that you're here, I'm good to see you're able to travel so quickly.
Did you bring the trophy?
No, I couldn't bring the
Good.
trophy. It was a little too heavy.
Did you bring your bed?
My
Because
bed?
we saw a bed back there.
Shift it over here.
Speaking of the trophy, though, you were recently sent the trophy, and how heavy is that thing?
I didn't even know I was holding it backwards, everyone. That thing is that thing is at least 60 pounds. My arm was shaking a little bit. I won't
60
lie.
pounds. It can't actually be 60 pounds.
It was heavy.
Okay.
It was real
Look,
heavy.
that trophy is very heavy, so I can't attest to
Shaking
that.
with it, huh? In the picture, was this you beforehand? You just,
How overall, though, it's streamer for Evil Geniuses. You were also a professional competitive player for a very long time as well. I casted a few of your games.
Yep.
So how's I guess your growth, your time in VALORANT? It's been a while since I've seen you, so I want to catch up.
Yeah, honestly, everything has been amazing. I kind of do miss playing pro Valorant a little bit, but once you're a 2023 VCT World Champion, things change a little bit. So we can go back to streaming.
Are you excited to watch Super play today? One of your former teammates back in the day?
I cannot wait to watch Unk and Super play today. Unk, Super, and Derek, they will be going crazy today. I'm excited for the team.
Absolutely love it.
Unk.
That's Super.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's his nickname.
Yeah, you call him
OG to the game.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, Shanks, I was told that you have a list for us because we love lists here in VCT Americas. We never get our lists wrong as well. We're always
it's
right
never
with all of our lists.
My lists are always accurate.
Yeah, your lists are always accurate too. So we figured we'd bring you in and share with us what list do you have for us here today for Shanks' top 5.
Top 5 Valorant streamers.
Oh, okay.
Better be on there, bro.
Top 5 casters, maybe.
What a friend. What a friend. All right, who you got number 5?
Coming in at number 5. This may surprise you guys.
What?
We're going for the Big T.
That seems a little low, no?
He's been playing a little bit too much Elden Ring. I think you need to come back to Valorant, Derek. We miss you.
That's fair.
See you in the ranked server.
Called out. There
you go.
All right, what do you got for number 4? Who's number 4?
Number 4, in my completely non-biased opinion, my W duo Sabrosa. Funniest guy I know. Love him. Great.
Okay.
I mean, he's like the only streamer with a call-out named after him.
Yeah.
I feel like that's got to get him up there.
Yep,
True.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so we got Tarek Sabrosa. Oh, number 3 is Sam.
You can't have a top 5 without the W streamer, Sam. He's the best, honestly.
Yeah.
Devastating loss yesterday, to be honest, but now we get our streamer back, so it's good. It's a
it's a
win-win.
win for you.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Okay.
W for Twitch chat. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, number 2. Oh, wow, so
You're on your own
humble.
list.
Don't know if you guys know this guy.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
You guys can watch a stream at Shanks_TTV, world champion gameplay.
He's One Piece, right?
One Piece? No.
Yeah, he's from One Piece, right?
No, he copied me, actually.
Oh, he did?
I just want to say real fast before we move on, I just love the fact that we used the same picture and we put the same picture there. Couldn't even add some variety or anything. All right, well, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. Shanks' number 1 Valorant streamer. Who is it?
Everyone who plays Valorant Ranked should already know who number 1 is. Inspire, the greatest player of all time.
That's Baby Bay, right?
Huh?
Baby J? Baby Bay?
Oh, yeah, Baby Bay.
Baby Bay, Baby J.
Yeah.
No, that's Inspire. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, in all seriously, though, someone needs to give him a chance. He's insane.
Okay, top 5 Valorant streamers. I quite like that. Once again,
I'm surprised by Inspire number 1.
Yeah, he
Should have been Daznarth, bro, honestly.
Special mention to Logan. You deserve 6.
It's a close 50-50 on best Cypher players between the two.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
all right, I would say overall, that was a damn good list, Shanks. That was
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for having
Yeah,
me.
thank
So you're going to be co-streaming the games here today?
Yep, at Shanks_TTV.
But watch Inspire because you're only number 2.
Yeah, facts, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, well, Shanks, we want to thank you so much for your time, my friend. Looking forward to the co-stream. It's going to be awesome, and we'll see you out in the arena.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you guys.
Yeah, we'll catch you soon. This guy.
Spitting
see?
image.
Yeah, there it is. Shanks, he joined us. Wow, exciting stuff. Where's Ender, by the way? Is Ender gonna rejoin us?
You want to come back?
You want to
man?
come back, Ender? Or he's just
He's on Shank's setup right now. That's what's going on.
Oh, he's playing a few games.
He's using that new mouse
tech,
there. That new tech. All right, well, guys, today's match is going to be massive, especially for playoff implications, and the stakes couldn't be higher, or could they? Let's go ahead and play a game of over/under. Yeah, Stage 2 edition. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to place some bets on what is going to happen today, and I'm going to read a statement, and I want to know if the Des thinks that the end results will be over
Is he
or
gonna come
under.
back now?
I don't know. Where is Hey! There he is!
I was under, now I'm over.
Whoa.
That was great. No.
Y'all can do the segment. You do the segment. I'm on it.
First you off?
That's messed up. That was
My God. All right.
I'm so displeased about everything that's happened in the last
I will be real, though.
I love it.
Thank you.
As the guy who makes the dad jokes all the time, that was brilliant.
Fantastic.
So, well done. Well done.
Brilliant.
All right. First over under. Cryo will get 230 ACS today. Do you think today's ACS will be over or under? Chat, you guys could participate as well. Put over or under in chat wherever you're watching. What do you guys
That was
say?
an instant
That's the
reaction.
easest over of my life. 230? This guy's putting up 230 in his sleep.
I'm going under, bro. That guy's been in a slump until
Yep.
that MIBR game.
Yeah, okay, cry about it. He started off a little.
Cryo about it.
Cryo about it.
Okay, that wasn't even. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That's messed up.
Where did that red light come from, man? Is that death?
No, Cryo's back. 100
He's
teams,
back?
they're back, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm also kind of on the Cryos in a bit of a slump arc. I'd love to see him go over, but I don't know. I feel like EG's good at shutting down star players like that.
Okay.
I'm punting on the under.
All right, Des is kind of sort of split. All right, next one. Jogama will be +5 in first kills, first deaths today. Over or under?
That's an easy over.
That's also an easy over.
That's an easy over.
Easy
Way more
over.
easy than Cryo.
I feel like he's gonna get like 5 though. I think he goes
just on
positive
5?
on first kills, but I think he's going to be playing a lot of Neon and taking a lot of like risky first fights that I actually think under, not because I'm a Judgmo hater, but just because I think he's going to be taking a crazy amount of first duels.
Yeah, I actually am really curious to see what the results are. We're going to have to see if this all comes true in our post show
for me.
today.
He's going to get +5, exactly.
Okay, all right,
Both sides.
exactly. Wonderful. All right, our next one, Boostio will stand up from his seat 10 times today. Is the desk over or under? Chat, are you over and under 10 times?
All right.
That I also think that's an easy over.
No, I don't think so.
He's playing against EG, dude.
Oh,
You
man,
think
you're
he's
right.
not
He could
standing up
get
between
13
every
O'd and be out of his chair 10 times.
That's what I was about to ask you. I was when they're losing, you still think he's going to be up?
I think
it doesn't
so.
matter.
It's
huh?
a- doesn't matter.
It's a VO3. We could get like 75 rounds.
You're right.
here.
You're right.
That's an easy over.
Yeah, with so much at stake, you imagine it's going to go the distance as well. I would actually agree with this.
He's
So
gonna
everyone's
stand
saying
up so
over.
It might
aggressively.
be over, yeah.
His chair's gonna get wheeled into the stratosphere behind him.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? So
over.
I definitely want to revisit this at the end of the day because I am quite curious. All right, let's do one more, shall we? EG Superman will get 4 clutches today. Over or under?
How are we defining a clutch? 1v2
I guess when it
clutch?
pops up on the
I
screen
think when
and
it says Red Bull
Red
clutch,
Bull.
Mimi.
And
Under.
when we're contractually obligated
And
to
you
say
know
Red Bull
what?
clutch.
Agreed. I'm under too.
I think getting like 4 clutches is really challenging in a series like this, especially because for it to count as a clutch in game, it needs to be a 1v2 for a certain amount of time. Like just getting a straight up 1v1 won't count in game. So if we're doing that, technically I don't think it'll
I think he's getting a boatload of multi-kills, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think he'll have a lot of
agree with
like
that.
late round impact that feels clutch, but isn't technically like a 1vx win.
Okay. So everyone agree or?
I'm going over.
He's going over, brother. He's gonna do more than 4 clutches today.
That's insane.
Yeah, because Giacomo's going to go in. He's going to die first a lot, but he's going to set himself up, or he's going to set up Superman
Sure.
to be
Okay.
in a 1v2
Okay.
5 times. Superman is going to win 5 1v2s. I have the script.
You have the script.
That's a lot.
You believe in Unk.
I believe
Okay.
in Unk.
He believes in Unk.
I'm the OG Unk. I found Unk.
You found
I
that.
found Unk when he was just a little.
Okay.
makes you
yeah,
grandpa.
yeah, yeah,
When he was but a nephew.
No, like, yeah, for real. He went from nephew to Unk in real time.
Okay. All right. So what would that make you? Like a grandfather? Or
Yeah, I think I'm like a
The padre or something like that.
Grandpappy.
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 Grandpappy Bay
Grandpappy
over
Bay.
here. I love it. All right, guys, we're running out of time. Let's go ahead and see what our entire broadcast team thought for our predictions. Who's winning today? Whoa, Baby Bay went with 100 Thieves. Same thing with Ender. Everyone else went EG. Who wants to go first? Who
Give
wants
the
to talk?
case for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Ender's face is you're
And I can't believe more people aren't on 100 Thieves.
I
train.
agree.
I think everyone just looked at the name tags of 100 Thieves MIBR and were like, oh yeah, they won because that's the 0 and whatever team. But genuinely, if you watch how 100 Thieves were playing, they were completely locked in and back. Like, I think this is a close series, but I think this is exceptionally winnable for 100 Thieves.
I agree with you, and I agree that they were so back. I know I brought up the like, oh, but it was against MIBR. I don't think that's super for real. They looked really good in that series. But I think EG have had really great game planning throughout. And I think coming off a loss, this team in the past has shown a really good ability to turn around and have those massive improvements. I think it's super close, but I edge out EG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 100 Thieves, just for the mere fact that winning that first game is the hardest one that you can possibly win. And now that they have it under the belt, they're feeling the confidence back. GG.
All right, well, let's go ahead and start this show, folks. VCT Americas starts right now.
But Arsenal finds the timing! Through at any point, and time now, and it is finally there. Ham on the board, maybe a chance at Kawasi, but he's got too much to account for, too much to deal with.
I've been waiting to play 100T ever since I got signed to EG. I think it's just always fun playing against your former teammates. It's not just for me.
100T, right? I think for Split 1, we got to face off versus old teammates, and now in Split 2, get to face off versus two different teams of them. So the storylines are just kind of writing themselves at this point.
Holding it down, the pre-fire Superman. Maybe he shouldn't be getting away with this one. He's left it to the 1v1. Superman comes alive.
The confidence and energy was definitely, it's something that you kind of forge that confidence together as a team through wins and losses, and 4 brand new players, 4 brand new teammates, but also individually, experience level-wise, age-wise, everything about our team was very young. I think for the last 3 months especially, we've grown and learned a lot together.
Caught, really isolated, popped down into the position. Derek is rattling away.
Just seeing that growth and seeing that progress together as a team builds that confidence.
I'll see you guys soon.
And now, introducing our 2023 VCT World Champions of the World, EG! And their opponents, your Stage 1 Americas champions, give it up for your 100 Thieves!
Couldn't have planned the situation better if we tried. One spot up for grabs in the playoffs, and one of these two teams are going to earn that spot when it's all said and done here today in LA. This is going to be a clash, and this is exactly what you want to see as you're winding down to the tail end of the season.
Oh, yeah, the 2023 championship EG roster, the fragments playing against each other in Potter, Boostio, Zix, they're against each other for this shot to be in the playoffs. That's insane.
And it's Derek getting revenge against the team that dropped him heading into this year. It's too perfect. But looking at the maps, we're kicking things off on Lotus, which means we get to see Jaw on that Neon again.
And the question is for 100 Thieves, are we going to see a Neon of their own? Because they haven't really been playing any of that. It's been way more standard, throughout this entire
You think
stage.
they can get away without playing it?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, and especially on a map like Lotus, we've seen the double controller still be very prevalent, very good.
I want to look at the maps for a second because it's a bit shocking. The second phase, seeing Split banned away, seeing the Icebox also banned. That means our final map is Ascent, which EG have only played twice this year. The last time was during Stage 1, and the last time 100 Thieves were on it, we're getting eliminated by Gen G.
And 400 Thieves as well. We haven't seen them play Lotus really at all this year. The last time was in February against Sentinels. Back then, they were playing Chamber on this map, and they've been banning it a ton ever since, not letting that map through at all.
Something
so
I want
a big question mark.
I want to flag it real fast. I'm looking at the demeanor of 100 Thieves. You could tell the pressure, the moment. It is not lost on them whatsoever. Typically, Busio comes out very cheerful, very jovial, is always like moving around, trying to. But this time around, you saw a much more stoic perspective from him because you have to for this match. It's a big match.
But once we get into game, I imagine he'll be bringing that energy for the team. That's the Neon getting locked in to start. No surprise coming out from Jajimo.
That's right. Let's see what we get for the agent select here. Let's not forget, and we are going to get that raise on the other side. So
that probably means just default comp again for 100 Thieves. You could see some in the breach.
Or maybe or maybe a breach fade. I'm thinking even because
that would fit really well.
Yeah, and we've seen the change already on Split of Busio going over to that breach, which I love because I was not a fan of the Gecko, honestly, on that Split map. Obviously, Split's not going to be here, but still. I'm wondering right now, Busio's got to pick next. Is he picking Breach? Is he picking KJ? Are they going to run double controller? I don't know.
Yeah.
And on the other side, it's going to be that Breach fade as well. So it might just be
it's a Killjoy. There it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing too shocking there. I mean, honestly, it's sort of like the Stage 1 comps versus the Stage 2 comps.
That's exactly
right here,
the narrative.
With Neon double initiator for Evil Geniuses, 100 Thieves, sticking to what was so effective for them in that Stage 1 run.
Absolutely. Some of the big strengths, though, I think, for this comp from EG is they're going to have a much better job at getting these early fights. That Neon with stun, fighting into A main or C mount on your defense is super strong. So I think 100 Thieves are going to actually have to be playing a lot of these re-clear ideas mid-round.
Sure, and I think that's all well and good, but what do 100 Thieves get? They get bang on the signature Viper. This dude is otherworldly on that agent.
Yeah, it's going to be a match of all matches.
That's one.
All right, folks. So here we go. It's our last match of the weekend, and it's going to be a good one. Who better to call the action for this than Uber and Lion?
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. And what a game to end the week on. Do or die between EG and 100 Thieves. And with the two coaches that masterminded the 2023 World Champions run, it's Zix versus Potter clashing here on the stage.
Yeah, the stories here, obviously, they write themselves, Mitch. There's no preparation work needed for this. I mean, you have Boostio, obviously, with those two coaches winning champions, then opting to move over to 100 Thieves. Derek on the opposing side now with EG. I mean, it's a tangled web of relationships that's resulted in one insane match to determine that final playoff spot.
And Derek has made no, secrets about his animosity towards his time on that 100 Thieves roster last year, but he's got friends there. That's why it's all the more sweeter if he can take him down. Here's EG, of course, with that Breach and Neon comp. They're starting on defense. Expect them not to give 100 Thieves too much space here.
When we saw them on defense with this comp against Furia, that Brazilian side were suffocated in the chokes. Their lurker unable to really ever work up towards A. So fast on the floods when you have the Neon speed as well.
We're inching over towards C already. Paranoia drawn out. 100 Thieves happy to break off for a time. APOP always on an early flank timing here, but they're ready for it. Cryo able to turn and dome him. Derek, though, may be unexpected. A second wave here through door. And even grouped up with Giorgimo, so they are aware of the presence at C.
Nature working towards B now as well as the push out here comes. That turret is going to get broken. And you can see because of that bang already going back, checking that flank. Is there going to be an aggressive presence from EG there? But there won't be. They're just trying to re-clear as much of the map as possible with the Neon right now.
That Haunt ping, though, or at least it being destroyed, definitely tells EG the 100 Thieves are still lingering here and they're going to make the execute happen. Superman forced to back away from the snake bite. EG, though, insane retake potential with this composition. Cryo gets that plant down, seized instantly though. Relay ball going to be thrown out. He needs to get out of the way of that aftershock. He does. And Giorgimo and Nature fall instantly. Derek finds one, but 100 Thieves are ready for this. They are ready.
Lovely from 100 Thieves, taking their time there, getting into the site safely, setting up effective crossfires and trading out with that man advantage off to a hot start on a map that they have not played since Kickoff, which I struggle to believe when we were looking at, because Lotus has to be one of the most played maps of the year.
And this team bans Sunset frequently. So I don't know how they avoid playing both those maps for so long.
It is wild. So there's just nothing for EG to look at. There's no tape, there's no preparation. Though that being said, 100 Thieves, they are running the standard meta comp of the year on this map. So it's certainly something EG have gone up against many times in scrims beforehand.
Fast take of A here for the defenders. As per usual, it's going to be Bang lurking around that Viper wall, and he's happy to peel off that side of the map for now.
And it's just going to be this stack from EG working close towards A. Happy to gamble on an eco round, one especially where they've not opted to get a single sheriff. Nothing but classics.
Arsenal knew Big Brother was watching. That cam is cleared. EU now tucks the corner. And EG are a long way away from this action.
And I feel that here finally we're going to get a real litmus test for 100 Thieves. Are they climbing back to the top? That high of highs that they were on after stage 1. That is the best result the 100 Thieves Organs, I mean, had since the first strike in VALORANT. And immediately after that, you know, they dropped back in NA to a winless Furia team. The highs and lows that they've experienced this year have been in unbelievable contrast, yeah.
Bang's holding the angle here. Derek's going to contact it. No shoulder peek. Bang's still good for it though. Fault line catches him, but there's no chance for Nature to wrap. Cryo is there to double down. And Superman here looks to perish to the blast and get it over with. Heading into our first gun round, and 100 Thieves to rehash that storyline. I mean, they're only winning this stage. It was against the MIBR team. Now, Ender on the desk thinks that that's indicative of this team being on the upswing. A lot of us, though, are not so convinced.
Yeah, at the end of the day, MIBR, they've obviously been struggling here in stage 2 with that new team. So how much can you really glean from that as far as 100 Thieves level? Did they look good in that game? Yes, but were they tested? I just don't feel they were. EG, they certainly will put them up to that challenge, though. You can see 4 of the players from the defensive side already towards A.
Oh, strap yourself in.
Those double stuns are so effective at locking down the choke.
Okay, Prowler at the 4 here. Superman with the TP forward. 100 Thieves respect this. They actually don't make a pop out onto the A side of the map, but the B side has been left open and a smoke over to Baby Door. One-way, in fact. Means that Nature's options are limited. EG can group up and make a play from here, but for now, they're going to have to wait.
Full kit from that breach. Nature offers an immense amount of valuable retaking utility. Jojimo with that relay bolt still as well.
That timing for Cryo, it's going to be watched for sure. Paranoia connected with Nature, though. Arsena is surrounded by a maelstrom of bodies. Still, that flank is underway. But Derek and Superman have been doing well from Baby Door. Now, they have to expect this. They're both very low. Superman, though, able to trade it out. It's 2 up for 100 Thieves here, and they're both playing from B main. Smoke is up. There's a jump in there from Jojimo. He will be dealt with to even it up. Apoc needs to get this a tap now. The Prowlers are going to come forward. EU has yet another one now. It's ugly, but EG cuts it out. Apoc gets off the defuse, cleans up EU, and gets back to business.
And just barely. Significant damage still from 100 Thieves. And I do really like how they played that round, realizing B was open, that nice smooth contact in, and Cryo bided his time until the perfect moment on that late A lurk. I mean, saying Cryo on the lurk is kind of funny in of itself. Not something you definitely see particularly often, but when he's picking up the Omen here on Lotus, we'll be doing just that. Round 1 courtesy of Apoth, but again, just barely. The economy in danger now for EG if they lose this following gun round. 100 Thieves, again, full buy.
Far from established, the bank for EG. Again, Bang has to be very careful because there's a lot of explosive potential between this Fade and Neon setup of EG. He can't overextend and give up his life so cheaply. This time Apoth at C with it pretty well canvassed here, and of course the anti-raise tech in those trips set up.
Prowler now from Derek, which clears out close B as Apoth watches from the heavens with that cam. So tough to break that. Oftentimes it'll just stay up while the spike is going down, even into the post plant, to get valuable information for a retake.
Jogamo starting to inch out of B here. Might see a door thrown open. Cybercage slows things up. Eventually the cam brought down. Apoth wants to play aggressively into it. They want a crunch here from door, but Asta's going to have the answer. The antidote in the showstopper. And the curtain comes down on Jogamo.
A fantastic accuracy with the projectile. Not even the speed from Jojimo could get him out of the way of that. Predicted entirely from Asuna. a man who had been under a lot of scrutiny for his performance earlier in the year with 100 Thieves. A lot of the fans calling for his head, but has leveled up significantly, returned to that form associated with him from how excellent he was early on in the first couple years of Valorant, and he's right back at it.
Now again, to test this side. Here comes the pushes. 100 Thieves tentatively make their way in. Stand up plan, expecting some action from Waterfall. APOP is testing the waters here.
And obviously going to be challenging with a man disadvantage for EG, but they have that Nightfall.
Bang going to be forced back by this one. Nanoswarm thrown out to make it harder to advance up on that side. Can deploy briefly there for APOP. Unclear if he gleaned much from that. But now that breach kill is going to start to become relevant. Here it is, fold line, big, Paranoia catching on a 2. After shot to follow it up, and Superman is already there. Arsena's able to give as good as it gets, though. Trades it out. 3 for Arsena on the round, and EU cleans it up. 100 Thieves are ready to throw down on these retakes.
And despite that fantastically timed amalgam of utility that came in from Evil Geniuses, all of that backside onto the stairs position, just the star power of Arsena, the duelist right now, 7-1 to start this game off already. Not only did he find that beautiful first kill with the rocket, but look at him just winning out the trade attempts from EG, and EU is happy to go for that late flank and a man advantage situation as well, clean things up. And that was the eco swing round. EG, they're down to pennies.
We're in the duality of Jorgamo here. He's had a slow start. 100 Thieves have been teasing him out of formation like a salacious rumor. 0-4 right now.
And again, we've seen this from EG a few times so far where they're stacking up towards A early, and 100 Thieves have been content with giving that up. I mean, trying to fight out of that door into a fault line, into a relay bolt, you know, Prowlers coming at you. Ooh.
They're going back to this. Oh, they're going for it. Fault line here, but Superman was already brought down. Cryo gets his, and Arsena has had a great game already. Stepping up, throw that Horde down, and EG are being cut to pieces. Now the chase is on, and Arsena barely a break in stride before he brings APOP to his knees. What? That is so rough.
And that's where 100 Thieves can succeed towards that A rubble side. It's after the early round, working back in with that Fade utility. The Prowlers are so effective in that area. Getting back in, clearing towards rubble if an Omen had TP'd up top. Situations like that. In the straight up early fights, if they run into EG there, they will be dominated. So that's something that they're keeping in mind and clearly are already very aware of.
Yeah, you can really see the protocols here for 100 Thieves for specifically dealing with EG. Here is not being too insistent on maintaining a foothold on A and waiting for that door opening from that big link to catch someone like Jorgamo out.
There's a smoke down on C from 100 Thieves as Derek collects the orb on the opposite side of the map. Already had one Nightfall, trying to get that second early into the half.
APOP backs up here. Yeah, Trap did catch, but no chance to capitalize. Paranoia mostly ignored here as the C's comes short at Superman. Getting into position here through Link. APOP's going to wait it out again. We're going to see EG's retake tested.
A lot of utility to do so. Full kit from nature, the IGL, the breach. Derek with that seize. Jorgamo can run in. He can slide off the pressure made from the utility.
In he comes, Alarmbot's going to catch him out to start with it. When Arsena swings off of it, Derek's going to be there with the open. They traded out at the very least. And on the side, it's APOP falling. Superman! Oh, Superman! Finds 2. Is that enough? Derek has to go huge here, and he can't. He just can't. EU brings him down. And EG, after what we saw against Furia, in the past, his ridiculous retakes on Lotus have not had the same efficacy against 100 Thieves. They are ready to hold their ground.
Absolutely not. Yeah, 100 Thieves, they are fighting forward. They are just ready to take those duels, and the swings off of each other right now. The fundamentals are looking very smooth. They were certainly lacking earlier on in this stage. Very disconnected. We saw that against Leviathan. We saw that against Furia. Where even in advantage situations, sometimes they would throw them away because the timings, the swings were just off. But right here, looking as clean as they did in the playoffs in stage 1, where they peaked so high.
This lead now threatening to blow out for 100 Thieves. It's another pistol save round here for EG. Just a neural theft to work with, and APOP can't go for these late flank timings because he's been up on C. Not the B side as he often is. And that's been getting absolutely battered. Can EG be proactive in this round to sneak a player advantage at least?
It's just this trap play towards B from EG. You know, maybe Boostio, no, dodging that Prowler. It's not going to get set off. Jajimo, opportunity, but he doesn't find it. Traded at the very least from Derek. No way they can recover that rifle, though.
Yeah, too far away. Thieves banking on someone attempting to get in there and take it.
And even at that, look at EU. He drops his own just to go forward to pick that up, throw it off the map, keep it further away. Every little advantage 100 Thieves can get, they are going to take. Everything is on the line right now. Playoffs are on the line. If you win, you're in.
Okay, EU selling this. Bang just threw his poison orb up on this seaside as well. 100 Thieves are dotting their I's, crossing their T's, and they have drawn Derek over to C.
Look at how much time they've actually spent working the map. They're only 18 seconds.
Tony Superman, though, in nature to work with this. The showstopper's not going to do much more than make some space. Arsena, see Superman, Janiti connection. And they will have that plant. Drop to be cleared now, and coming up from the back is Cryo. Set up for a longer angle. Limited options for EG. No corpses, of course, to neural theft here. You're a numbers disadvantage. You don't have the weapons.
Could, of course, I mean, I could see a world where things could have gotten out of control, actually, for 100 Thieves there. You know, Superman took that peek. Maybe he gets the first shot. All of a sudden, nature was close to heaven. You know, maybe they're able to flood in. 100 Thieves were dancing with danger a little bit, letting the clock run that low.
This should be about it. Yeah, Cryo's able to clean it up. 100 Thieves with a 5-round lead. And it's all business for this attacking side right now. Testing every corner of the map and coming up clutch each time.
Their economy is absolutely out of control. Right now, Boostio is only one orb away from getting the lockdown. When we head into this next round, EG, we get out of this replay. They have opted to take a time out here, which a little bit predictable, and it's for good reason. They've got many ultimates coming up on their side as well. A must-convert round for them. If they lose here, if their economy is cracked and they waste multiple ultimates at the attempt of a round win, 100 Thieves have completely run away with this half.
Something we've seen a bunch of times already is EG do push up on that A side, right? They test that lurk wall that Bang tends to respect. He backs away. Over on C, we've not seen any pushing up from EG. We've really seen that be the weak side of the map that Apoth has just sat deep in with some trips for info and hope that the rotates can come in. Very much a post-plant plan for EG. But then when the time's to come to enact that plan, they find very little success.
It looks to me like 100 Thieves, when watching that Furia game against EG on this map, they've learned from Furia's mistakes in their post-plant C setups. Furia were really trying to fight forward, play a bit closer in the site, go for waterfall control, fight into halls, and that was their undoing. 100 Thieves, their approach has been to be a bit more steadfast in the site, hold nice crossfires for each other, and swing aggressively when EG are coming in. And EG have not been able to find those kills when 100 Thieves are set up so nicely.
We might actually see a pop here through C behind Jorgamo's operator. Does this get raw contacted? The first time we see EG really trying to establish presence on this side of the map. Okay, EU gets legged. Oh, that hurts. Jorgamo still without a kill.
Able to hold the angle though. Certainly not feeling pressure to get off. Will now because he wants to beat the rotate and set up elsewhere with that operator. The massive advantage of having it in the hands of the Neon. 100 Thieves working towards A this time. Apoth, who's adjusted the setup there, given the off was on the other side of the map early.
Prowler's dispatch, Paranoia connects, and Apoth has to get off the angle, but Arsenal was already there to catch him from the other side. It's Jorgamo from the back of the side. Great shot with the operator. And Apoth has given some room to breathe with Arsenal taken out. But Boostio quick to follow up. Hot hand here. Looking for purchase. And Jorgamo dares 100 Thieves to come and test him now. He's on the board. He's online. Still no plant here from the Thieves. And that Neon ult expires. Still towards A, go to Thieves.
Can Bang find the timing here?
I think he has one. No, Jorg's going to check. It's going to be wrapped on by nature as well. It's all up to Boostio. Who's that tree? Can play off the turret at the very least, but this looks like EG have finally found their way into this game with a gun round. And there's Jorg again. When it rains, it pours, apparently.
That's a great call from Coach Potter out of the timeout. Bringing the operator in, a new little layer on the defensive side that we haven't seen. Matter of fact, I don't even think they did that once against Furia. They never needed to on the defense half there. Gets the leg shot on EU, but just off that, And the fact that 100 Thieves didn't try to re-clear that space, they left Superman there. Jojimo felt like he could just hard rotate to A, pick up a new angle, does exactly that, finds another.
He did it by getting up onto that A side. He knew he couldn't play from tree. That was always, from stairs rather, it was always going to be smoked out. So definitely some risk with playing there. But 100 Thieves contacted and played into his hands.
And now EG have adjusted back to the setup that they've been doing more commonly earlier in this half. Though again, still with that Jojimo operator. Just holding the angle on A. And now that some noise is made, you can see the EG defensive side drifting into B, drifting closer to C, where the lockdown is coming in from Busio. That's going to force A pop out.
And it might precipitate a challenge from Door here. Or just see that EG respect this lockdown entirely. So now they have to flood back in, and Arsenal wants to set a pretty far forward line of scrimmage. This is new for 100 Thieves. Normally they play the back of the side, but they want some of this. Arsenal tries to back away. Jorgo gets in. Still stunned up as Arsenal. No one stepping up to challenge this though. Jor's still able to find his first. And in the waterfall we go. Two. And he almost gets away with it. EU now V2. Pinged out, caught. Back towards Mound. Cut off from the site.
Where are you?
A big swing could do it, but Superman holds it down.
Excellent retake from EG with a valiant effort from Austin. Excuse me, that timing was pretty wild to get through the smoke to catch two. Outrageous that he was able to make things just that close. I'm not getting too excited about EG yet, though, on this side of the map. That was still, again, that close, and they expended the Rolling Thunder and the Nightfall together to just get back in. Massive investment, obviously worth it. They needed that round win desperately, but I still, hold concerns for their ability to play these retakes on C.
Jorgo's picked up 5 frags in the last 2 rounds. Suffice to say, he's got a bit of wind in his sails now. And the flare that he showed in the previous round, definitely an indicator of that. This time, straight towards B for 100 Thieves. A token presence towards A. Jorgo's playing out by Mound with his op.
Hold line to slow down these. What a catch! Wow, that's lovely from Nature.
Prowler, remember, Jorg knows now to post up a little closer here. Awkward part of the map to play this weapon. That aftershock doesn't do too much to disrupt us, and it just satchels away from the plant side. Cryo now realizes he's garnered the attention he was hoping for on A, but keeps his life. And with that showstopper in play here, EG will wait and slowly encircle this.
A time waster only is that showstopper. Look at A. Pops positioning Cryo caught. EG should be able to pull this one off.
Scary for Busio. Derek, though, doesn't want to come back in as a second player to challenge that! What a correction for Busio! Drags the aim down and drags Jorgo out of the round. EU in the post plant.
Come on,
Derek has to give it a crack here. Hondo pings him out. EU can bide his time. He gets off the defuse and he knows it is done. 100 Thieves take another step forward.
And there's just no way they should be winning that. Jojimo sliding right into the crosshair of Busio. A 5 versus 3. They had the read that Cryo would be going for that late flank again. That's what he did earlier in the half on round 3. No Mac. Caught this time. And it just didn't matter. The ex-EG IGL dispatching of his old squad entirely.
Sometimes this is gravity is all you need. 7 now for 100 Thieves. Cryo often working for these flank timings and has not found much success late in the round. Now we get some aggression here over towards C-Long, and Jorgo instantly taken out rather on the A side. And that for EG has deflated them instantly, trying to get some value out of these cheaper weapons.
Shadows
It blows up in their face.
That's the first time we've seen 100 Thieves really actively go for that early A fight. It is a dangerous one for them to take. But they do an excellent job covering those angles together on the push out. The scaling was nice. Tree being covered. A-Pop able to do a lot of damage with that Ghost.
Nature here, though, is going to find the game getting away from him pretty quickly. And Spike will be extracted from Tree. And over to B, it's going to go here. You can see under these hoping to draw him out with that stinger. They were waiting for it. Busio. Stone cold. There's one more round left in the half for EG.
Last round
getting the 4, I think,
half.
feels paramount.
And we've obviously seen with Lotus that this map is attack side favored, though when you begin to bring these new compositions into the mix, that kind of goes up in the air a little bit because we essentially saw the 100 Thieves comp against another team running the same comp over and over and over and over, and that's how those numbers were developed. And when you bring what EG have now with the Neon, with the Breach, how does that exactly play out? You know, it's tough to say. We don't have enough data yet to really know. So could they turn things around? When the side swap, definitely. Is 3 enough right now? It's tough to say.
So much util being used here over on the B side of the map. We see a trade of kills there as Boostio's fell. Superman holds it down. Beautiful. He's going to get some action here, though, as the Prowler chomps him down. Jorgamo, unlikely to get any use out of this hot hand for now. Arsenal has already gotten to top of A. He might have a timing on nature here. Oh, he has it indeed. Too easy. Cryo overwhelmed, Apop. Able to get in there, and now he's going to go up against Arsenal. He's good for it. Not a moment too soon, EG. Another flash, another round for them.
And another clutch for the man who went from a substitute to a starter. First time in the partnership league, wasn't even participating in challengers, playing actively last year. Was just on the practice squad and has outright won 2 rounds for the Evil Genius's side.
Nothing comes easy here though, Wyatt. They really had to work for this. Again, having to match the pace from 100 Thieves for EG has been important.
And again, just questioning, is this enough? Is 4 enough rounds with this comp? We just don't know for sure right now. A fantastic half from 100 Thieves, though.
What can they do with this Neon base setup? Only one way to find out, folks. Stick around. We'll be back from the break in a moment.
Welcome back, everyone. What a half, a quick half, honestly. 100 Thieves are going to be up 8-4, but I think the story of this one, the duelist, whether it was Jorgamo struggling in the beginning of that first half or Asuna popping off.
It was a very clear shift, right? Because the first 7 rounds, EG only win their bonus, and only barely at that. It was coming down to so many of these late round situations, but it was because 100 Thieves were in such a good position. Asuna finding so many kills. In the first 5 rounds, he had 9 kills, died 1 time. He was popping off at the start here.
Yeah, and then the post plans to finish the job too for them, but the saving grace was Jorgamo actually picking it up towards the later end of that half and actually getting 4 rounds. And we were like, how many rounds do they need to make this a reality? 4, I think, considering the start, is great. And wow, look at that.
Yeah, because especially for Jorgamo, like he started those first 7 rounds where they went 1-6. He didn't have a kill. Then he finds 2 multi-kills the next 2 rounds and gets EG very much back.
Let's not forget about Apop as well, who played a big role in 2 of the rounds that they were able to secure in 1v1s and 1v2s that gave them, you know, this score.
It was the bonus round, clutching that one up, and then it was round 12 at the end there too. This game could have been a complete blowout for 100 Thieves if he hadn't stepped up in those critical moments.
Yeah, but now we're going to be shifting sides, and we'll see now what Evil Geniuses can do as they're going to take their turn, and well, all pressure is going to be on EG. Can they do it? Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters to call the action.
Normally here we'd like to set expectations for what you should want to see from EG on this attacking side, but against Furia we didn't see much of it because they were so dominant on their defense half. EG did not look nearly like that earlier on against 100 Thieves. We didn't see those aggressive trap plays on defense, those pops. Really, they gave up a fair bit of the map and were forced into retake scenarios, which 100 Thieves were really comfortable in.
Absolutely, the retakes for EG were one of the best aspects of the game they had against Furia. 100 Thieves were well prepared for that. Antied their play on C. very, very well.
And now we come. Even a Cam invested here over on the A side, so EG really trying to make sure the way is paved. Young Boosty here, probably good for a one and done. Has to get rid of the Prowler. Still no action yet from 100 Thieves. They're not really drifting over for this.
Yeah.
And look at his turret position. He knows that no one has actually pushed up further towards stairs from EG.
Good info. It's been slow from EG, in fact, really piecemeal in terms of how they've taken this space. But now 100 Thieves are convinced that something is afoot over at A. Something's a little fishy. Buzio here, gonna be caught. Thinks about the swing, gets hit with a paranoia instantly. He's trying to buy time, and buy it well, he's done. Eventually, reinforcements arrive, but not before Superman downs him, and then he drops for a second. Okay, EG here to play. And now 100 Thieves had to peer in from upper, and maybe wrap from stairs.
Boostio just swarmed by that cascade of utility from Evil Geniuses. Fantastic sight take.
Last player standing.
Cryo. No more. But if I get one here, it's a second. There's just so much to ask for from 48 health player. 13 and 7 in this game. Nature! Oh, Nature! Are you kidding? Honeypot's having to shut it down anyway, and EG are on the board here in this second half. Pretty, I don't know, like meticulous take of A. They really spent heavily to make sure they were hitting the right side.
Slowed down the game. Allowed Boostio to rotate back into the site, tucked away, and I mean, were they ever prepared for that? Stun into seize, into paranoia. Boostio did not play the game of Valorant that round at all. At some point in Tree, I saw he had his hand off his mouse. He could have just left it off the mouse the entire round. He didn't have anything to do.
And you don't have to be a liberator to know what Nature's reaction was to that random TP from Cryo catching him off guard. We're going to do it again. Over towards A go EG now. Anti-eco protocols in place. Somehow even more meticulous than the previous round.
Yeah, the starts are slow. They don't want to give anything away for no reason against 100 Thieves on this pure eco 5 classics. Nature and Apoth, they're the two players that are going to have the ghosts into this round.
Setting up for the paranoia play is Cryo. To the EG pings on the map around his position. Prowler checks Tree, finds nothing. 100 Thieves are so deep in that site that may as well be in the Marianas Trench. Get him a bathysphere.
It's all 5 of them. Haven't made a sound, and EG, they're going to execute right into this.
Got no choice. In for a penny, in for a pound. Jaw steps up here on Jaws, found Boostio. Bank had a good time, and notice when that smoke, he knew someone was waiting on the other side of it. Almost Bank, almost. Brought down by Derek. Now Cryo can only stand up. Nicely done again, EG. It's step by step. They're not getting ahead of themselves here. This is how they claw back this deficit.
That was as scary as it gets.
You look like you really need to go to the bathroom.
I was getting tense there for EG. I mean, they just did not explore other areas of the map. I mean, you
not really
know,
open world players. They might just like go from quest to quest.
They could have thrown the beginning of this little comeback away. But they do a nice job cleaning it up. Specifically Derek, who with those kills and with that plant at the very end is now 1 away from the Nightfall already. Surely going to go and get him this Alt Orb on C where they're gaining map control.
They're throwing that smoke to counter the one-way on C. Jorg dives in, dips his toe in, says, not for me.
That was fast pressure from him.
Look at this.
There we go, Derek picking that orb up. The lone ult in play.
3 drawn across here for 100 Thieves. Even getting EU interested. Set up here to play up the C's. Haunt instead is the option. Here's that door open.
And you can see Derek immediately. He had his crosshair ready for that. Broke the Haunt instant. What? How does Apoth find that timing? He was just containing A and now the hit into C.
With the ghost. He's just told to go and find whatever he could. And he comes back with Moby Dick. Jogamo here, creating a bit of space now. Bang can't really move from this spot. Flash comes out. Boostio did find Superman here, and Apoth has a timing hit through B, but it's going to be a while before it gets there. A second for Boostio. Great anchoring at the back of C here. And EG have to pull out. They know that they have B dead to run. Another with the Ghost. The guy's unstoppable.
Derek moving the spike into B now.
Should they bounce to the other extremity, though? Oh, back to C. It's all been a ruse. He's going to open the door again, though. A little bit frustrating.
Surely not a third. I mean, that would have just been...
He's 25 HP.
Out of control.
Eventually, EG decide on this C site.
That's it.
They do have the 2 rifles. Fault line also to play with. Okay, Derek.
Oh my god, the spam.
Boostio was 1.
Nature on the cross as well.
They had this crossfire. Nature actually pulling off the side here, checking anyone coming through from halls. Oh,
no, he had that.
It's up to Derek with 43 points of health now. Only 6 bullets left. Tap away. That's playing to bring him down. 100 Thieves get that buffer back to 3.
A scrappy round at all parts. Oh my god, I can't believe what Apoth was able to do with the Ghost. I mean, how does he just swing out and deal with Asuna like that? Outrageous from him.
Boostio again.
Spam from Derek.
Again, Boostio was in a situation there, right, where he has to anchor a site under extreme pressure. That time, able to pick 2 up. Really slows that momentum down for EG. They seemed very indecisive about where they would land.
And that's how Potter likes her Sentinels to play, like Apoth. Find those advantages, take the risks, go off your intuition. And that's what he does there, finding multiple kills, putting economic pressure on 100 Thieves. This is an ego break round for them if EG take it.
Make sure. Boostio here over on the big side. Wait this one out. Fault line to catch that corner, potentially. But over towards Mao, nothing is revealed with the door opening. Nature peels off a B, but he's still holding the spike, so keep an eye on that breach position.
Prowler gets broken. Nature still just steadfast holding B main while the rest of the team work towards C. Push up close, and even Apoth exploring towards A right now, trying to get as much control as they can for their IGL Nature to make the right call to hit the weak site, but Apoth goes down to Cryo.
Poison's off.
No lurk wall for EG to play behind. Apoth essentially has to contact much of that extremity. Okay. EU's been catnipped over towards C. TP now in the back of C as well from 100 Thieves. They are setting up for this. Banks done briefly, very low. Shots come through the wall. They were good. Jorg for 2. Can he find more? Cryo seized, very low. And now Boostio needs to make his way through door, but this is extremely telegraphed. Now, Jorg sees him for that high ground, and it's all up to Asuna.
Asuna, who's been the star for the team on this map so far. A little slow to begin the second half. Dominated while on attack.
And this is too much, surely. Paint shells here, a lot of low health targets between Jorg and Derek.
Satchel out.
Satchel finds Derek. Jorg very, very low on the other side. It's a fake Satchel, or maybe intended to bounce it. There's the flash. Jorg had the timing. 4 for the Neon.
Could have gotten awkward with Jaw at such low HP.
Remember,
that little seize from Derek that came in backside onto Cryo that just caught him, stalled his movement just a bit. EG knew they had to accelerate after Apoth went down on the opposite side of the map. It was a good execute, and now 100 Thieves' economy is broken. Headed in to the next EG. They're inching closer towards tying this game up.
Now we talked about an eco break round there. Well, EG winning that without to stabilize for a time. Asuna has to play the passive line here alongside EU. And up we inch again.
And for some of these 100 Thieves players, they'd be content if they can just walk away with maybe 1 kill. Bang or Boostio close to the ultimate. Same for Asuna. We're headed towards a really big round in the next. So many ultimates in play for both teams. Of course, assuming EG win this, they should. They have the gun advantage. But 100 Thieves are stacked up in the right side of the map.
Fold line. Asuna has to tuck at the moment. Relay Bolt didn't catch anything, but Jorg knows something is afoot. Yes, they pinged Asuna out through the box. It goes down. EU steps up, only to be knocked over. Now we'll encircle tree. Jorg trends over towards that B side. Boostio, you're here hoping for an evac.
Superman sent a smoke over to stairs, which will allow EG to work through the baby door, go into B if necessary, and counter smoke down now from Cryo. Round. Timer whittles down just a bit.
The anti-ego protocol so patient here from EG, and they're spending as well on that info. They don't get caught off guard. And it's another 3K plus round for Jorgamo here. Man's looking for more. Easy. Cryo plucked away. Boosty here doesn't have much to do at all. EG going to be able to narrow this down to a one-round difference.
And despite having that advantage in the round, I do really like that neural theft that APOF threw out. They're in a 5v3, they have better weaponry, but at the time, things were getting very foggy in terms of where they thought some of those 100 Thieves players could be positioned when Cryo put down that counter smoke. Sorry, Kojimo. We may be getting a little too silly. Silly levels are reaching max.
Yeah, well, Boosty out of his seat there, giving Jorgamo a standing ovation. He knew Jor wanted the ace. Always happy to play spoiler. There's our boy. And there it is. After 17 rounds of play, 100 Thieves only lead by a singular round. Again, so methodical. What's this take by EG? Knowing they were up against a weaker buy, it didn't change the approach.
So close, Joe. You hate to see that. Timeout is going to be taken now by 100 Thieves, by Coach Zix. The ex-coach from Evil Geniuses who worked with Potter to win champions last year. That rivalry is... It's a new one, but... I mean,
there is a lot of mixed DNA out here.
Yeah, right? The stories, they write themselves. Mixed DNA. The stories write themselves. The family tree is crazy.
That's right.
The EG bloodline.
And again, we're looking at Potter here, of course, running the troops at a one-round deficit. I think the question's been swirling all year is that, can she do it again? You know, this time around, she comes in with a team really untested, rookies, in some senses, like struggling to bring some of the pieces together around Jorgamo, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we talk about EU on 100 Thieves as this guy coming up from Challengers. He was playing with M80. But yeah, he was on one of the best teams. He was on a team contending to get into partnership. Top 2 with G2, who ended up there. EG, they've had to pull from Challengers as well, but they're not getting the guys from the top teams. They're bringing in Nature, who was on a middling TSM roster, Superman from FaZe, like giving guys that, you know, show some potential a chance, and Potter is just such a skilled coach that she's molded them into players who can be in the playoffs in VCT partnership that are beating top teams.
That's the plan today for EG. Once more, a storyline that's repeated many times over this season. Again, it's pretty tentative on the approach for the Geniuses. Playing with the hot hand Nightfall this round as well. Boostio with the lockdown.
Nature ready with that frontline Arsenal. Gets the first.
He wanted it more, that's for sure. Prowler here, Jordo sees the ping through the Viper wall, backs up though. Has to respect it. Evil Geniuses have been staved off for now on that A side, and APOC might look to rattle the cage here. Caught EU with utilities hand, but he never expected the triple face. Now 3 left for EG to play with, and for 100 Thieves, it's a stately pace.
Things slowing down. They're hoping to maybe bait something out. Wow, great shot from Nature, but ultimately, truly this won't matter. Derek goes down.
Money still reasonable here for EG, so it's still another potentially competitive round in the next. Ultimates to play off. Nightfall not available anymore, though. 100 Thieves have built a huge bank of these abilities. Look out for that showstopper in this round. He was a Nightfall of his own. Arsenal, yeah, just really took that fight raw. So vigilant. They're always looking for APOF, 100 Thieves. Always ready for that flank timing mid-round.
And right here, this coming round could be the one that we look back on as the game winner for 100 Thieves. The ultimate's available, the state of the EG economy, it's breakable right now. Nightfall, Showstopper, Lockdown, Viper's Pit, all available to ruin EG's economy, ruin their chances of bringing this Lotus game back. They've been so close to tying it up,
I'll get him.
but it feels so far away when you look at the state of the economy and ultimates at the moment.
Cryo's going to be inserted here at A. How long will Arsenal look to stay with him? Joel checking for that util.
Poison orb.
Bang immediately wants to stave them off with the Viper's Pit, and yup, Cryo wins that out. They still double face against Apoth. Once again, the loose end of EG is terminated.
Viper's Pit going to go in for further delay now.
Boosty hoping for a timing, maybe. Here's that Nightfall. Couple EG players still embedded here on this site. Jorg deafened. The Viper's Pit is going to be an issue to break through here. Bang more than happy to set up inside of it. He might have made some noise there. Okay, great job running with the proud of that. That pit's about to come down. Lockdown over on the B side. It is going to affect the players trying to test C. Jorg has to pull on out of there. Still 3 for EG to work with, but time is ticking. They're running out. At least Nature has a foothold here over on the B side, but he's about to get some company. Cryo throws the paranoia. Somehow he's able to get away. Busio can't quite reach him. Jorg passes by. He's more than happy to create space with that relay. Bold Nature, just one will be enough. Just 1
seconds left.
Puts EG in striking distance. Now in the post plant.
I mean, this is a mad round-the-world dash. Superman has the angle on Boostio. Will Boostio be prepared for this positioning from Superman? It's so distant from Jojimo. It could come down to 1v1s, pure skill.
He trusts Jorg. He's going to leave him in that position. Superman now just needs to hold his ground. Will he have a shot? Yes! Catches ease. He tries to run in. Now it's up to Boostio, who needs to give this one a tap, and Jorg is good for it! EG refused to be broken.
There's just no way they should be winning that round. The patience they displayed over on the C site, Jojimo waiting and waiting. He was seized. He couldn't hear. The Nightfall had deafened him. Couldn't see a thing with the pit in front of him.
And he ran the Prowler in.
They waited all out until that Prowler could be used. Lovely kill onto Bang, and then Nature so heads up. You know, he's not the guy that's doing most of the fragging for Evil Geniuses. He's their IGL, but the timing he finds there, his reaction to that win, tells the tale of how unlikely it was in that situation. 100 Thieves economy cracked. EG could finally tie up the game. It's been so close for them.
The deck was stacked against him, and they flipped the table instead. And the script on this match. Showstopper still held in reserve for Asuna. Again, only the Stinger to complement it. Stairs already smoked off here. Quicker play from EG.
Waiting to swing off that Prowler. Fantastic first kill from him. Can always trust that FKD stat to be outrageous in his hands when he's playing the Neon.
EG though cut noise, they really back off on this here. Jorg though, another probe, another attempt to seize the shoulder of Cryo, says all right, let's chip some bricks. In towards B, it's going to be some attention for Boostio. Stuck around the corner, takes the swing. Jorg though, yeah, he paves the way. Gets that util in first and secures an easy kill, and EU, ooh, yeah, he's out of his depth here.
When it comes to the utility outplays with the Neon, of the players that we have in America's, Jojimo is right up there at the top of the list. What we've seen him do with this new agent post that recent buff, just making it look so strong. And it takes a player like him with the outrageous mechanics, the quick thinking with the utility, with the movement to make it look this good. In the wrong hands, you could just be throwing your life away, you know, looking like a fool in some of these situations, but not him.
No. I mean,
never him.
He's always doing so much more than just creating space and getting traded on this Neon. It was almost cyclical, right? A couple of prods over towards that A site, and then a very quick snap in towards B where Boostio was always going to be struggling. Overran him very quickly. So now the game is tied, 10 apiece. 100 Thieves in a position to buy back in, and they still have that Asuna showstopper to work with. They're starting to lose their grip on this game again as, yeah, in the last 8 rounds, 6 have gone to EG.
In that first half, Asuna finished 16-8. The desk highlighted the disparity between the two duelists, and now it's completely flipped. At one point, Jojimo 0-7. Now sitting at 20 for 16. The top of the leaderboard in the server.
0-7 to 20-16.
Mental.
Yeah. Sword cuts both ways. This time at least Jorg has it leveled at the throat of 100 Thieves. We'll have that rolling thunder for Nature as well. It'll be much harder for 100 Thieves to anchor those sites. They might have to give up some space in this round. Here's your round 21, folks. Over towards C is where eyes are aimed.
And you can see Nature has that fault line towards B. It's ready. You can see even on the left, him straight at Bang. There it is, and it forces him back. That's Mound control acquired. Evil Geniuses early into this round. Even the door pressure just alluding to some presence in B main. 100 Thieves already, they're feeling the pressure. Two little areas of the map, two important areas of the map though.
They have a turret at B at least. 100 Thieves know if someone is actually committing there properly. Jorg here again just wants to pull people out of position.
Matter of fact, EU actually prowled through B main, didn't see anyone, so that's no longer a concern, at least momentarily, for the 100 Thieves defense.
Means he's safe to drift in the waterfall direction now, bolster that C site further.
But if they bolster this site too heavily, if they stack within it too heavily, Nature's Rolling Thunder will get maximum value. Do they drop it and fight this?
They're gonna go for it. There's the Prowler. It's beautiful. Bang in the EU deliver. Good for 3. Stun comes in with a shrug it off. And EU posts a sterling 3 kills there. What a pace variation for 100 Thieves. EG shell-shocked.
30
it's
seconds
risky,
left.
it's confident, and it works out. A great call from Boostio, perhaps, or one of those players stacked up there, just having a feeling, knowing that they could take those swings and win out the round because of it. Just a simple orb drop, bringing the game back to its roots, nothing complex. And they caught them at the perfect time. You could see Nature was ready with that Rolling Thunder. They were ready to execute and completely caught. What a timing.
And there it is. We know that the setup for these hits is pretty elaborate, right? The bridge composition is fairly premeditated. It's set up heavy. If you can interrupt that timing, and you can really catch a team on the back foot. And EG were not ready for that, not at all.
Starting to feel like both teams have 5 timeouts in this game. They're just going back and forth. A testament to how tense this moment is for both of them, how much is on the line. The entirety of playoffs for EG, not just playoffs, but their year is on the line. This is it for them. They need to make playoffs, and they need to get top 3 in it. For Potter, for Judgment to go back to Champions, or it's over for them.
Yeah, today, just one step in a long road. It's been one trod by many of these players before. It's all about first achieving supremacy in the home region to have a shot at international glory.
One thing 100 Thieves haven't really done on this defense that I'm surprised by is ever bringing out the Odin. It's not been a part of their game plan. We haven't seen that towards Tree, and that in some situations will allow EG to get ult orbs more easily over on that side of the map. Popped to mind because Derek has won off that Nightfall again. He's had several of them in this game. They've really been prioritizing him getting access to those. And it seems like they're going to go do that on C again. They've already done that a couple times earlier in this half.
And again, they're always throwing that smoke down. This one's going to force bang off that angle.
K-Pop containing towards A again. Mixed success there. Some crazy kills early in the half with the Ghost, and then later on getting caught out completely.
He's getting doubled up on by Cryo and Arsena. That is just how many resources 100 Thieves are willing to commit to keeping this Cypher quiet. Are they going to walk up on this? Okay, swing again. Much like the previous round, force out the poison orb. This time Nature clears the turret over at B, but there are actually bodies there to check for a walk up.
EG love that early pressure towards C. Prowler now as well, continuing to show that presence. Derek does have the Nightfall now. Nature, of course, carrying over that Rolling Thunder too. Massive pieces of execute. Utility available.
EG wanted to disrespect that defensive smoke, but the poison orb made them think twice. They'll wait it out. Apos still getting 2v1'd, and here comes Jorg going straight into the site. You're going to be stunned up instantly, eats a Prowler. Jorg further, now with the Rolling Thunder, there's a player that's not caught by it, it's bang! And he chooses his timing perfectly. Superman, though, on the site, secures the trade. Now 3 players coming in from Waterfall for 100 Thieves, and Superman will be seized to the spot. It's an easy connect for Arsena, but a spike is already down. Now, though, EG very dispersed. 2 out towards Mound, and again, Apos, as you know, has a flank timing, and EU is ready.
Look at the awareness from EU.
Too good! Now Derek and Nature on the outside looking in. Cryo brought down, but Arsena got the defuse anyway, and 100 Thieves break. 2 rounds to the lead. And it's a weird economy for EG.
And Superman did all he could, getting that trade for Jojimo, who extended so deep backside, so heads up from Bang to play in that corner. Look at that catch, the freest kill for him. This second from Superman is outrageous, though, onto Boostio. But Asena's creating that space, getting back in with the showstopper. That puts them in position to win it. These 100 Thieves players are looking so much better fundamentally. They are playing off of each other so much more cohesively than they have so far in Stage 2. They're getting back to that form that we saw, that elite form that they displayed in the Stage 1 playoffs.
Tough round to lose for EG, but they can still buy fully into this one. Okay, we're just walking across crosshairs these days, apparently. EG trying the contact hit towards B, but for the last 2 rounds, it's been double stacked. Not that they've known it, because Nature couldn't check it fully. He just cleared the turret previously.
And at this point, what can EG even do in the round? 100 Thieves are going to slow things down, play for retake with this Nightfall. Alarmbot gets some info on C. They're even drifting there already.
Bring them down.
Anchoring towards that side of the map. Derek's just trying to let them know, hey guys, we're here, I swear. While the other two, Nature, Superman, working towards A, seeing if they can expose some hole in the defense of 100 Thieves.
Cryer's got no interest in giving them anything. He's happy to be a role player on this map. So yes, EG inch their way forward here. Now Pralo for EU, very illuminating. Cryer gets brought down, that was the A anchor player. Now the Nightfall with Super brings Arsenal down, and we are even, folks. 24 seconds left in the round. EG still a couple of steps from this site, and EU's gonna get embedded. He'll lie in wait.
Superman has that paranoia available. In as well.
He sees him. There's the paranoia connecting, but he still gets his one.
10 seconds
now
left.
from drop his bang.
Remaining.
It's Derek versus 2. Derek against his old team, and he can't get it done. 100 Thieves have not played this map since kickoff. They brought the heat today. What a way to start the series. Guess what map's next? One they're happy to see.
Absolutely. What a performance from Asuna. That first half was going crazy. Finished it at 16-8. Jojimo tried his best to put on the same performance, but just couldn't quite do it. That first half, that attacking half from 100 Thieves was just elite play. I mean, look at that right there. Trying to trade onto Asuna, he just can't do it. The showstopper's connecting every single one. He got a kill.
And the wildcard element of APOC shut down so often on this map. But secret weapon for EG that constantly throws people off their timings, has them looking over their shoulder, wasn't able to be a factor. 100 Thieves worked him and priced him into their gameplay. We're going to step away for a second. Next, Golden Boy and Alistair's going to break down this first map.
Every time I needed a new phone, I had to switch carriers.
I told him, at Verizon, everyone can get the best deals. Like that iPhone 15 on them.
Switching all the time, it wasn't easy.
35. You're gonna be here forever.
I know.
Here's your wireless contract.
Do I need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative switch.
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15 on us when they trade in any iPhone, any condition, guaranteed.
I really wish you told me sooner.
I did.
Red Bull gives you wings.